right. So starting down on our belly, because we're going to do that little central nervous system reset where we just kind of shake out the bum, do that hip slushing. So take your time as you find your way down. And then even as you come down, just give everything that little bit of quality time that it needs so you can figure out your hip bones, your belly, your costume, where you want your arms to be. And then once you've got about halfway there, test the waters, let your forehead rest down, and take a nice gentle breath. And then give everything a moment here. So before we start slushing around and doing all sorts of stuff, let your breath come in and out a few times. Allow a little softness to come into your low back, a little reduction of effort in your butt muscles and the backs of your thighs. When you feel ready, and I would say start with a little bit of a slow motion and then allow it to increase. Start to gently bring that hip slush in. So just that little bit of that wag of your bum from side to side. The purpose of this movement, which is why I call it the central nervous system reset, is it's meant to just gently rock your spine and back body so it feels gentle, comfortable. There is a slight compression in the front of the belly, so you do get that sort of front and back connection. So your belly's rocking across the floor, your bum's giving that little slush. There's that gentle rocking motion into the spine. I pick my head up because I just don't want to block off my microphone, but you're going to let your head rest comfortably. As your body feels ready for it, then you can increase that rocking motion, but just want to make sure it feels good and comfortable. And then just take a few moments here, just let your hips slush from side to side. And then as you keep that hip slush going, take the time to maybe notice just the gentle rocking motion on the tops of your feet. And then for me, like my shins aren't even touching the ground. So maybe you notice that freedom of space between your feet and the tops of your thighs and your knees. And then maybe you can notice that rocking motion across the tops of your thighs. Notice the rocking motion in your hips. Notice the rocking motion in your low back. Notice the rocking motion in your shoulders and upper back. Take one or two more moments here. And then when you feel ready for it, slow it down just a little bit more and then slow it, slow it, slow it until it becomes a complete stop. And then once it's come to a complete stillness, take a nice filling up breath. Slow exhalation. And then we're going to take a little bend and straighten of the legs. So you're just going to pick your heels up towards your bum and then float them slowly back down towards the ground. The next time your legs come to bent knee position, keep them there and then invite a little bit of windshield wiper action. Swish your feet from side to side. One more swish of the feet from side to side. And then if you think it will feel available, you're going to see if you can just reach your right hand back, catch hold of your shoelaces or top of your foot, and then let the left foot touch down. And you're just going to let your leg be a little bit heavy into your hand. So we're not going to try to squeeze it in towards the butt and like deepen the stretch, but soften into that gentle feeling of hold. And then once you've got that soft feeling into your hand, notice your shoulder and see if you can just draw your shoulder back just a little bit more, as if you're trying to make a little bit more space for your leg to soften into your hand. And then once you've got your way there, if your head is lifted up because you were like looking at the screen to see what's up, see if you can just let your forehead touch down to your hand and take a few slow, deep breaths here. When you're ready, slow release. Take your time, let that foot come gently down to the ground, and then we're going to switch the work to the other side. So adjust along the way so it's comfortable enough that you can find that handhold, because sometimes just finding that foot behind you takes a second. So get your handhold if it feels available. Let the foot rest heavy into your arm. You're going to let that shoulder draw back just a little bit, as if you're making more room for your thigh. So your shoulder's giving that little sense of reach. And then once you've got that sense of reach, let your forehead rest down and take a few slow breaths here. Take one more breath. And then slowly and gently release that foot down towards the ground. As you let that foot touch down, hands are going to come in alongside the shoulders, little baby cobras, and go for like the lightest variation of a cobra that you can come up with. Inhale, and just a touch of a lift of your heart and a slight gaze forward. And then as you exhale, soften back down. Inhale, the tiniest baby, it's a newborn baby cobra, smallest little cobra you can come up with. And then exhale, soften down. Inhale up, baby cobra. Exhale to soften down, and now come up just a little bit higher. Inhale, lift your heart just a touch higher. Exhale to soften down, but now we're going to push our way up to tabletop position. So take your time as you slowly bring yourself up onto all fours. And then we're going to go for that heels of the hands slightly in front of the shoulders, arms a little bit wide for our cat-cows today. So bring your heels, lift your hands a little bit forward, walk your hands out to the edges of your mat, get your toes curled under, and now take it into that flexion and extension of the spine. As you inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. And then as you exhale, round your back. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, lift your tail. Exhale, round your back. One more just like that. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, lift the tail. Exhale, round your back. But now with that rounded back, you're going to go butt back towards the heels, keeping your toes in that dorsiflex position. And then let your elbows touch down, scoop your heart forward. And then we're going to take it into that nice wave. So you're going to exhale, round and pull back. Inhale, pull the heart forward with that nice extension of the spine. Exhale, flexion, rounding back. Inhale, extension, lifting the heart forward. And then take about 3 more rounds through, just finding that nice fluid motion. Follow your breath best you can. And then on that last exhale, as you round back, hang out there for a second. Let the weight of your butt rest into your heels. Let your toes get that nice feeling of stretch, that nice plantar flexion through the feet. Take a nice big breath. Awesome. On your next inhalation, come up just enough. Maybe walk your knees out just a touch wider, just a touch. And then you're going to take your right arm and thread it right through and underneath the left arm. Go right ear, right shoulder towards the ground. And then once you've got your way into that threaded needle, take a few slow breaths. On your next inhale, slowly come out, and we'll take it to the other side. Pick up your left hand, thread it through, left ear, left shoulder towards the ground. Once you've got your threaded needle, soften into your breath. On your next inhale, unthread, come back up, and then knees just a touch wide or narrow, whichever feels more stable now. But now we're going to walk it out to puppy pose. You're going to keep your hips roughly in line with your knees, walk your arms forward, stretch your heart down, take a few slow breaths here. On your next inhalation, slowly, 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 we walk it back in, but walk your hands out nice and wide. And now walk your knees out just a touch wider. Swing your toes out. We're going to go up wide, downward facing dog. So once you've got that wide, sturdy stance, on an exhale, lift your bum up towards the sky. We're going to walk our hands towards our feet. So you're going to slowly walk your hands back towards your feet. Come to that nice, soft fold. Put a big giant bend in your knees. Let your head hang heavy here for a moment. Take a nice big breath. And then put a big bend in your knees. Slow roll your way up. Take your time as you roll your way up, and then roll all the way up and open into a 5-pointed star. Lift energy from your feet up the sides of your bodies, out through your fingertips just for a second, and then soften everything. Tuck your chin down. Peel your back away from the imaginary wall behind you. Roll your way down to the ground. And then we're going to roll right back up. Big bend in the knees. Pull the abdominal muscles in. Slow roll your way all the way up to that 5-pointed star. Lift up from the soles of your feet up into your fingertips. Look up towards the sky. And then just as you find the edge of it, take it back down again. Do that nice little dive. Peel your back away from that imaginary wall. Bend your knees as you go. Touch down to the ground. And then when you're ready, do it again. Pull the abdominal muscles in. Roll your way up all the way up to that 5-pointed star. Shine nice and bright for just a second. And then dive it right back down. All right, now we're going to step our feet a little bit wider. So if you want to spin sideways because you prefer the grip of your mat, do the shape that's going to feel really safe and comfortable. But we're just going to walk the feet out to a wider stance. Once you've got that wider stance, put a bend in your knee. Right hand's going to plant down underneath your nose. Left hand's going to reach up towards the sky. Left hand's going to come down, planted underneath your nose. Right hand's going to reach up towards the sky. Right hand's going to come down. We're going to walk the hands forward. As we walk our hands forward, walk your feet in, going out to a down dog. Now choose your own shape of your legs. You can go wide down dog or just your more traditional shape. Go for the one that feels pretty good. Take a moment there. We're going to float through table. Right leg's going to hop forward 90-90 lunge. So you're going to float your knees gently down. Hop your right leg up to the front end of your mat. Lift your torso up. Once you've got your way there, give a second. What we want to do is just find a little bit of strength and integrity in the legs. So think of your front foot heel and your back leg knee. They're like magnets and they're just trying to draw towards each other. And then push down into the shoelaces of your back foot. Once you feel this really sturdy frame down at your base, lift your arms up. Lift up as if you're trying to lengthen the tube of your waist. Reach upward first and then just look over a high wall. Take a nice big breath. Into a little twist. Left hand's going to find the right knee. Rotate to the right. Look over your back shoulder. Take a breath. Unwind your twisted position. Hands are going to float down. Frame that front foot. We're going to slide the left leg back. So you're just going to take a second to scooch it on back. Get comfortable in that knee. And then once you've got your way there, lift your chest, lift your chin, take a breath. All right, now we're going to peel back to half split. So bring your hips back, peel the front toes up, lift a little bit up through the front of your body, soften your nose toward your knee, take a breath. Nice. Now we're going to rock forward. We're going to come all the way up to a warrior two position. So you're going to curl the back toes under, pick the back knee up, shift your heel so it pivots inward and the toes turn out. Now take your left hand and scoop yourself all the way up to that warrior two position. And then come back to that idea of those magnetized feet. Your front heel and your back heel are magnets and they're drawing in towards each other and your legs get nice and strong. And then bring that strong energy up the side of your waist, out through your fingertips, gaze forward, take a breath. One peaceful warrior. Touch that back hand down, reach the front hand up, take a breath there. And then we're going to cartwheel it all the way back down to the ground. Right hand's going to lead the way. Left hand's going to follow. Pivot your back foot. Float that knee carefully down. Bring your hand to the inside. And we're going to take a big sweep of that right leg all the way back to your table position. Once you've got your way there, curl the toes under. Exhale up to a down dog. Float your feet back down to table. Now left foot's going to hop forward. Square up your lunge. Magnetize that back knee to the front heel. Sturdy legs as you lift the torso up. Get that nice sturdy feeling. Back foot, shoelaces pressed down into the ground. Arms reach up. Lift and lengthen through the tube of your waist and then look over a high wall. Release that gentle back bend, take it into a twist. Right hand finds the left knee, rotate, look over your back shoulder, take a breath. Unwind that twisted position, hands come down. We're going to slide that right leg back. So walk that leg back to that comfortable low lunge position. Once you've got your way there, lift your chest, lift your chin, take a breath. Beautiful. And then peel it back to half splits. Pull the butt back, peel those front toes up, lift through the front of your heart space, soften your nose toward your knee. Rocking forward, curl the back toes under, pick the back knee up. And then we float up and into that warrior two position. So we pivot the heel, turn the toes out. Right hand picks you up and the left hand follows. And then we come back to that idea of those nice strong legs. So think about your heels like they're magnets. Legs are nice and sturdy. Bring that sturdiness up the side of your body, out into your fingertips, gaze forward, take a breath. Peaceful warrior, drop that back hand, reach the front hand up, look up. And then we take it down. Left hand leads the way, right hand follows. We pivot everything around so we come slowly down to that lunging position. And then take that hand to the inside, sweep that foot back around so you find your tabletop position. Big toes together, knees are going to walk out nice and wide. 3 rocks back to extended child's pose. Bring your butt back. And then come forward, just let the shoulders go slightly past the wrist. Bring your butt back. Come forward slightly. Bring your butt back, stay there. Take 3 nice deep breaths. On your next inhale, lift yourself back up, walk your knees back in so they're underneath your hips. We're gonna hover our table. So you're gonna get your toes curled under, lift your knees up, and just a nice sturdy hover. And we're just gonna hover for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Softly bring your knees down, spin your legs off to one side, sit back on your butt, wide leg position. So once you come around, swing your legs out to a nice comfortable width where there's just that little bit of positive stress. Think active legs, pinky toes pulling back, nice tall spine. And then once you've got your way there, walk your hands forward a step or 2, just so you feel that little added positive stress. Still want that active legs, still want the pinky toes drawing back. Press into your palms, press your heart forward, press up through the top of your head, gaze forward, take a breath. Come out of that slight forward position. We're going to rotate the torso, reaching towards the right foot. And if you can, you're going to get your hands to hold on to the marmot point, basically being where the leg meets the foot. So hands around your ankle in any way that feels available. You can bend your knee. You can reduce the width of your legs, go wherever it feels available, and then just get a handhold onto that ankle and a gentle squeeze. And then once you've got that gentle squeeze, you're just going to move your foot just a touch. It can be a little side to side movement, a little point and flex. Feel like it's an exploratory movement. All you want to do is squeeze on the ankle gently and then move your foot in any way that feels nice. Take one more moment there. And then release your hold of your ankle. Both hands are going to frame that leg. Push into your palms so you get a little bit of that torque of the rotation of your torso. Bring your heart towards your knees, soften into your breath. Take a moment there. All right, and then walk yourself out nice and slow. Take your time as you come through center. Adjust anything that you need to because we're going to take it to the other side. So you're going to reach towards that left foot and get a handhold around your ankle, and then a nice generous squeeze or a gentle squeeze. Go for what feels good. And then once you've got a little handhold and a little bit of a squeeze on that ankle, a little foot movement. There's no right or wrong. Point and flex, wiggle it, twirl it, anything that you can find that feels interesting allows you to maintain that little hold of your ankle and just feels nice. One more moment there. And then when you're ready, hands are going to come in just a touch. Frame that left leg. Press into your palm so you get that slight added rotation of the torso. And then once you've got your way there, soften nose towards knee or go for that feeling of positive stress that feels just right. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, slowly release. We're going to pick up the knee pits, bend, bring the legs into butterfly position. So soles of the feet together, and then adjust your butterfly so it feels really comfortable. We're going to take thumbs to the bubbling brook point. So think between big toe, second toe, right underneath the curve of the ball toe mound. There's that sweet little groove. And you're just going to press your thumbs into that groove, sit up just a little bit taller, lean your chest as far forward as feels good today. So go to your edge. Go where it feels best to you. Take 2 more cycles of breath. When you're ready, lift up from the top of your head. Let your heart follow. Come up nice and slow. Release your hold of your foot. Help your knees come up and together. And we're going to go into a little boat position. So when we go into our boat position, it's sturdy, strong strength building for our core. So we start by leaning back into that V-sit position. You're going to take your hands right to the backs of your thighs. And before you even lift, push your thighs into your hands just a touch, just to feel that nice sturdy frame. Keep your right thigh pushing into your hand and lifting up. Keep it in that lifted position at a little point and flex of your foot. So feel like you're actively pushing your thigh into your hand. Your hand is holding strong. You're keeping that nice lengthy spine. Go for one more point and flex of that foot. Keep it in a flexed position. Lower it slowly down. Let the foot touch down. Press your left thigh into your hand. Keep it pressing into your hand. Lift the left leg up. Hold that sturdy frame. Add a point and flex. Keep the foot in that flexed position. Heel's going to return to the ground. And now we're going to get both feet into that flexed position. So flex both feet. Hang there sturdy for a moment. Now we're going to push the thighs into the hand. Sturdy frame. Float both heels up away from the ground. Push your thighs into your hands. Get a little bit stronger there. Gaze forward. Take a breath. Now we're going to push the right foot forward. So you're going to stretch it out, lengthen it out away from you. Come back in with good control. Press your left foot out and away from you. Come back in with good control. Both legs. Push both legs out and away from you. Now hold steady there. Release your hands. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Catch hold of the backs of your thighs. Sturdy your frame. Bend your knees. Float your heels down to the ground. Keep your heels connected. Keep that dorsiflex position. Tuck your bum. 1 vertebrae at a time. Slow. Roll your way down to the ground. Take your time as you come down. Once you've come all the way down, keep dorsiflexion of the feet, but walk your heels in just a little bit closer. And now we're going to take some alternating leg lifts here. So you're going to get your hands down on the ground. Take your time, one leg and then the other.
As you get this work going on, put a little bit of length into the back of your neck. So if it feels like you're kind of tilted up looking towards the corner of your ceiling, lengthen your neck, looking up at the ceiling directly above you. And now we're going to get both legs into that reverse table position. So pick one leg up, let the other one follow, stay there. Reverse fire hydrants, arms are going to come out nice and sturdy. Right leg is going to come out to the side. Bring it back up with control. Left leg is going to go out to the side. Bring it back up with control. Right leg to the side. Come in with good control. Left leg to the side. Come in with good control. One more time. Right leg out to the side. Come back in. Left leg out. Come back in. Left leg's going to touch down to the ground. Right leg is going to cross over the left. Low figure four. Adjust your feet so they get comfortable. And then just for a moment here, soften. We're going to take right hand into the right inner thigh and a gentle push, like you're just trying to create a little bit more space into the hip crease or into the front pocket of your jeans. Once you've got your way there, take a nice big breath. We're going to take our figure four and give it a little twist. So release your hand from your inner thigh. That right foot's going to just slowly, slowly, slowly find its way over to the left. Take your time as you go. Let your hips go along with you. Let your shoulders go along if they need to. Any part that wants to come along for the ride, let it. Once you've found your soft, twisted figure four, open your arms out nice and wide. If you can, turn your head to the right. Take a nice big breath. Let your arms come back into that more anatomical position, palms facing down, perhaps just to give you that sturdiness. And then press into your arms, return your legs through center, and then we're going to drop it over to the other side. So slow, controlled. Take that figure forward and bring it over to the right, coming slowly because it tugs against that hip flexor. So we want to make sure we go slow, so we just go where it feels pretty good. Hang out there for a moment once you found your edge of it and just take a nice big breath. Flip your left palm so it's facing up. Turn your head to look to the left palm. Take another breath. Flip your left palm back down. Return your head to center. Press into your palms to return your legs to center. And then one hand's free lift. You're just going to float those legs up just to a depth that feels comfortable. Just one good breath. And then float it all back down nice and slow and controlled. And we're going to switch. So right foot's going to step down. Left leg's going to hop over the right. Once you've got your way there, we're taking it into that twist. So that left foot's going to try to find the floor on the right side. Oops, wait, I'm sorry. Come back, come back, come back. But keep that figure four. Put your left hand into your left inner thigh. Open up the front pocket first. Take a moment just to breathe there. Okay, now when you're ready, release that hand and let the figure four gently go over to the right. Once you've got yourself into a comfortable enough position, arms are going to float up to about shoulder height. Flip the palms so they're facing up. Turn your head in the opposite direction of your knees. Return your head to center. Float your hands down to anatomical position. Press into your palms to lift your legs up. Take your time as you go. And then we're going to softly take it over to the other side, but go nice and slow because it does tug against those hip flexors. We want to make sure we go slowly, safely, comfortably, letting that figure four go over to the other side. And then once you've got your way there, right arm, flip palm facing up, turn your head to the right. Flip both palms facing down, press into the palms, slow return. Take a moment there, lift up, hands free, come up just enough so it feels good. Take a breath. And then on that slow release, uncross your legs with both feet on the ground, dorsiflex your feet. Hands are going to come in alongside the hips. Dorsiflex your feet, pull those toes and the balls of the feet up. And then like we're rolling up the spine, you're going to scoop your bum one vertebrae at a time, come up into a hip bridge position. And then one vertebrae at a time, lower yourself slow and controlled. One vertebrae at a time. So squeeze your bum, lift your tailbone, roll up through the spine, and then roll down, upper back, middle back, low back, hips touch down. One more just like that. Scoop your bum, squeeze your butt muscles, lift and roll up through the spine. As we come down, upper back, middle back, low back, hips touch down. And now we're going to bring the knees up towards the chest, Apanasana. Start with just a loose hold, let your knees kind of rest into your arms. Here's where we're going to do that little bit of breath work. So we're going to inhale for a count of 4, exhale for a count of 4 to start. When we exhale, the knees come in. And when we inhale, the knees move away. And you want just that straight arm position. So you just want to get to where your knees are as far away as you can and they can rest into your arms. And then we bend the elbows, come in. Inhale as you move away. And then we'll slowly increase the exhalation count. So we'll inhale, count to 4, exhale, count to 4. Inhale, the knees move away. Exhale, the knees move in. And then what you want to do is slowly start to increase the exhalation. So we want that inhale to stay with that count of 4. And then slow your exhalation down. And we want the movement to follow the breath. So don't chase it with the movement. Let your movement follow your breath. Inhale, count of 4. Exhale, slowly increases the count. And then what we hope to achieve, if we can find it, is that we've doubled the exhalation. So we inhale for a count of 4, and then we want that exhalation to be at a count of 8. And then we're going to keep that for a few cycles. So inhale, count to 4. And then if you can get it to come all the way to that slowest exhalation and that count of 8, keep that movement and breath ratio for just a few cycles of breath. Go for 1 or 2 more, just depending on how many you've done and how you've found a good pace that's going on. But then we're going to take a double knee twist. So you're going to bring your knees in towards your chest, and then you're going to let the knees roll over to one side. You can clear your hands out of the way, let your knees roll over. So it's a little bit of a higher lift of those knees. It's almost as if your knees are up towards your elbows. And then once you're in that twisted position, you can anchor the legs down if you want to. Open up a little bit more through that left shoulder, perhaps turn your head to the left, only if it feels good, because it's a slightly varied position. So I say go slow, make sure it feels good to your back and to your breath. And then just for a moment in this twisted position, think about your left glute should be on top, and you want to think about your left sitting bone, and you want to think as if you're trying to reach your left sitting bone down towards the right corner of your mat. So imagine that you're just trying to reach your left sits bones away from your left shoulder. Take a nice big breath, finding that little bit of intentional reach. And then soften that effort. And we're going to slowly, slowly, slowly unwind to come back in through center. So take your time as you bring it in. Knees are going to fall in towards the chest, and you can do a little breath movement to find it again if that feels good. And then once you found that knees closer to the chest position, Then we're going to take it over to the other side. So let your arms come out, let your knees slowly find their way over to the left. So the knees are in that higher position. They're up towards the elbow. Make sure that feels good first. And then if it feels good, that left hand can anchor the legs down. Right shoulder is going to anchor down just a touch. Head's going to turn to the right if that feels good. Slightly varied position, so you want to make sure it feels good. Go only to the depth that feels nice. Great. Now think about that right butt, right sits bones. You're going to imagine you're trying to reach your right sits bones towards the left corner of your mat. So there's this little reach through the hip as if you're just trying to anchor the butt bone down towards the left corner of your mat. Pause there for a moment. Notice that efforted reach. Take a breath. And then allow that effort to reduce. Slowly and mindfully bring your knees back into center. And then once you've got your knees back in center, just some gentle turns of the knees, going in circles, go in one direction. Circle the other way. Softest, loosest hold so that the arms can hold the knees and the knees are far away, and then a little point and flex of the feet. One more little point and flex of the feet, and then soft release. Float your feet down to the ground, walk them out just a little bit wider so you can take a couple of little windshield wipers just to put that soothing motion back into the thigh bone and the hip socket. Bring that little bit of increased synovial fluid, a little bit of a rock across the glutes and the low back just to bring that nice gentle rocking motion back in. And then once you feel pretty good, you're going to start to find your way towards your Shavasana, which could be constructive rest. Just let the knees drop in towards each other. Could be that more traditional shape, walk your feet nice and long. Could be a reclined butterfly position, assuming that your hips feel good about that kind of work. Find a shape where you can reduce a little bit of effort. Work out all your little wiggles, get your costume and your hair all set up. And then let your eyes close down and let your breath come in softly and gently. You always have the option to stay in your Shavasana just as long as you like. But if you feel ready to do so, we're going to add just a little touch of movement back in. So you're going to turn your head to the right and stretch your left fingers out nice and wide. And then as you inhale, come back to center, and you're going to turn your head to the left and stretch your right fingers out as wide as they'll go. And then bring it back in. And then turn your head to the right, stretch your left fingers and your left toes, and then bring it back in. And then turn your head to the left, stretch your right fingers and your right toes, and then bring it all back in. And then just a couple of gentle head turns with a little bit more fluid movement. Twinkle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bring a little bit of life into your legs, maybe some windshield wiper action, anything that feels good and light and enlivening. And then once you feel just a little bit more alive, take it into that big good morning stretch. Reach your arms up above your head, point your toes, spread your fingers, take that nice yawning, reaching breath. And then slowly and mindfully bring yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Sukhasana, or any seat that lets you sit up nice and tall, will do the trick. And then once you've got that nice comfortable seat, we're going to just go fingertips to the heart space and do a nice little tap, tap, tap around. So just tap around your chest, your collarbones, around your sternum, anywhere that feels good. But then once you've got that little bit of tapping going on, you're going to let your eyes close down for just a moment. Take a nice big in breath and notice the sound of the tapping connected with your breath. Notice the sound of tapping connected with your exhale. Take one more moment. One hand is going to stay connected to the heart, and one hand is going to reach down and touch the ground. And then just take a moment to take a breath of love and gratitude towards yourself, for your mind, for your body, for all of your hard work. And then one more breath just to fill up with some good positive intentions for the rest of your morning. And then when you feel ready, gently lift up through the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. You guys are amazing. Happy Saturday.